For more, we're joined on the line by the National Police spokesperson, Vish Naidu. Vish, good morning, and thank you very much for your time. Yuveka and I were commenting on this earlier. We were saying, while we applaud the swiftness with which the police have acted, we still really find it disgraceful that some members, some men and women in blue, can actually violate the regulations and be found guilty and arrested for alleged corruption at this time.
Yes, no, you're quite...
Vish, are you with me? The line seems to have just gone silent.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes, you were saying?
Yes. Yeah, no, you're quite right, Dan. You know, the majority of our members have been doing really good work, but unfortunately, there are a few members that have transgressed in some way or the other, even transgressed in a way of contravening the regulations of the Disaster Management Act, and thus bringing our organization as well as the good work that members have been doing into disrepute. So the National Commissioner felt it imperative to put out a statement this morning thanking the members for the good work that they've been doing, or rather the majority of the members for the good work they're doing, but also to acknowledge the fact that there are some members amongst or within our ranks that have been transgressing, that have been committing crimes, and reassuring the nation that steps, both criminally as well as departmentally, is going to be taken against these members, and that as SAPS we will continue to work tirelessly to flatten the curve of the spread of the COVID-19 coronavirus.
Vish, let's just take these cases one by one very briefly, just to get a sense, to give a sense to our viewers what happened. The first case is in Buputa Dichaba. We understand that took place at a tavern where you had members of the police services there, including a reservist, I understand, who were drinking alcohol at a tavern.
Yeah, the report that we initially got was a report on Friday, where at least 5 members in full uniform were drinking at a tavern, and when police responded, the suspects initially escaped. But on Saturday, when they reported on duty, they were immediately placed under arrest. You would have seen some videos and pictures that had gone viral where these police officers were handcuffed and placed under arrest. I thought it was a bit extreme, but I think it was necessary that we effect this arrest. And I think the fact that this had gone viral on social media is an indication that we are not tolerating, nor condoning transgressions or criminality by members within our ranks. So while it sends out a negative message about police officers, but at the same time, I think it's reassuring to the nation that police management is taking a decisive step to deal with this kind of members within our ranks. We cannot, for one moment, sit back and allow for this to happen, because we are dealing with a plague here, an unprecedented situation in this country. We are in an uncharted terrain now, and we have to give our maximum reflection or our maximum commitment to dealing with this coronavirus head-on, and we need the support of our members. And if members are going to not toe the line, then there's consequences, and they will have to be dealt with.
I guess you'll say the law must take its course here. I mean, it is really shameful that they were even wearing their uniform and when they went to drink alcohol in that tavern. Now, the other case involved money, allegedly 30,000 rand stolen from a group of people in a roadblock. Hi, Vish.
Yeah, I hear you. You're breaking up a bit, Dan, but I am getting the gist of what you're saying. So basically, then, the allegation was that members had stolen money from a motorist who was passing by. They seem not to have had the necessary or relevant documents. The police stopped them and then conducted a search and apparently had stolen money. So a sting operation was conducted by our anti-corruption unit from Mpumalanga, and it turned out that they had some of the money in their possession. These members were arrested, including a captain and 5 other members, 1 from Brooklyn Station and the other 5 from Silverton Police Station. They were in police custody, and they expected to appear in the Bronkhorstspruit Magistrates Court this morning on charges of defeating the ends of justice, corruption, and even possibly for contravening the regulations of the Disaster Management Act.
Now, finally, Vish, I hope the line will hold here. The last case that we are aware of these 3 separate incidents where members of the police have been arrested, involves a member who went to the Soshangube police barracks and held a gathering. Are you able to shed light? What kind of a gathering? Because we understand you can't have gatherings of more than 50 people, and what would have led to this member's arrest?
You can't have a gathering, any gathering whatsoever, unless, of course, if it is for a funeral. So only funerals allow for 50 people and less gathering. No other gathering is allowed. So you can't have a party and invite people. For example, over the Easter weekend, we arrested a lieutenant colonel who invited 4 of his relatives over to have a braai at the back of his house. So he was arrested, and there were just 5 people. So you can't be having these type of gatherings. The regulations is very clear. It makes provisions and exceptions for certain activities that can take place, which I just highlighted to you now. The only one is a funeral. And, but Dan, having said all of this, at the same time, and over the weekend, especially in KZN, police have done fantastic work. They've arrested...
Vish, sorry, I just want our viewers to get a sense. This police member in the Soshanguve police barracks, what kind of gathering did he hold at the barracks?
He held if one can call it just a drinking party.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now, he's behind bars as well.
Yes, he is behind bars. He's expected to appear in court, in the Soshanguve Magistrates Court this morning as well, for contravening of the regulations of the Disaster Management Act.
Yeah, so these arrests should send a clear warning to members of the police services that they must toe the line.
This media statement that we put out to all media is also being circulated internally in the South African Police Service. So the warnings that we put there is also going to resonate within the corridors of all institutions within the South African Police Service.
Vish Naidu, thank you very much for your time and your patience with that line that kept on sort of dropping now and again, but you've clarified each of these 3 separate incidents, what has happened. That's the spokesperson, National Police spokesperson, explaining about what has happened with the arrest of these 12 members of the police services, including 1 reservist in different parts of the country. Partner, can you believe it? A drinking party at the police barracks.
Yeah, you'll always get those, but a majority of them, though, are doing what they need to be doing.
Yes, that's why we applaud the swift action by the police, and we understand why the Commissioner Khetla Sithole would have issued a statement this morning.
And
he's sending a clear message. Small group of ones were not behaving, but please, men in blue, when women in blue are doing a sterling job across the country.
It's not everybody.